playing from Hyderabad or Andhra, it's not easy to come into the test squad. You have to have something special under your belt. Score really big runs so that the selectors don't ignore. Played 13 test matches out of 16. Dream about scoring 100 for your country, and I was able to achieve. Washington Sundar or Natarajan, they came in as net bowlers to Australia and ended up making their debut for the country. So when you are 18 or 19 years old, to get an opportunity to play in the IPL itself is a big boost, and then coming on to pick a wicket like Cricked, my bowling is always underrated, but I felt I always could make a mark, stay at the crease and not give my wicket easily. Virat or Rohit, whoever it is, they've achieved a lot of things. But intimidation part, I don't really get intimidated with whoever is. I can't take if something unfair happens. Whether it's for me or whether it's for my fellow teammate or anyone, for that matter, if it's in my circle, I can't really accept that fact. Resign as a captain, which I didn't want to, because we won the first game. I shouted at a player. If they're asking me to resign, which didn't go down well with me. Red ball is my game because I was technically right and I could handle any bowling attack. Maybe in the near future I make the comeback and get more runs for India.
Welcome to Invincible's show. We have a special guest today who has played for India. As far as Test cricket is concerned, he was pretty much phenomenal to watch, and he was a stylish player, and he has a phenomenal average as well. So he is none other than Mr. Hanuma Vihari. Hello, how are you, sir?
Thank you.
Good.
I'm good, thank you.
So let's go back to your childhood days. Your mum gave a pretty great support as far as your cricket is concerned, and your maternal uncle also played a key role. And how was that, as far as starting the cricket was concerned?
Quite difficult early on in my cricketing journey because I lost my dad very early. So my mom and my family members supported me a lot. They didn't stress about my studies much because they knew that I was really passionate about playing cricket, and they encouraged me. That's the reason why I was able to achieve whatever I did, and I'm really thankful and grateful for them.
Hailing from Kakinada, so you made your first class debut at the age of 17 in the year 2010. And that was something out of the box, at the age of 17 making a debut in first class. So how was your feel making debut?
I'm really thankful to Hyderabad Cricket Association for giving me that opportunity really early on in my cricketing journey. I had a good run for a couple of years in the junior age group, so that I got that opportunity to play Ranji Trophy quite early, and that really gave me a stepping stone going forward and getting that experience in Ranji Trophy quite early on, and then to become captain at the age of 20-21. So I was really upscaled really early in my cricketing journey. I didn't think about it. I didn't dream about playing Ranji Trophy so early, but everything happened so quickly, and I was able to make my debut at the age of 17. And it's quite a journey, playing Ranji Trophy cricket for the last 13-14 years, and to be able to achieve whatever I did, I'm really grateful for that.
So you were part of India's winning under-19 team, which was led by Unmukh Chand in year 2012. And how was that feel to win the World Cup? So how was your feel that you have represented under-19 as far as India was concerned and winning the World Cup?
No, it's a surreal feeling. You can't really express in words what that feeling is, because once you experience that, you feel that you've done something for your country. It was under-19, but still it was a proud feeling at that point of time. And now India winning a second T20 World Cup, it's really a proud moment for the whole country, and it's surely a moment to celebrate.
In year 2017, as far as in Ranji Trophy was concerned, you scored a triple century, 3 not 2 not out against Odisha. So which was like, again, a triple century was huge milestone for any batters. So how do you feel about that thing?
No, I'm known for playing big innings. I like to stay at the crease and not give my wicket easily. So I've had maybe 4 to 5 double centuries. Until then, I never had a triple century. So once I got the double century, then I thought I'll, make sure that I get the triple century this time around. But again, everything went in place. I got the triple century. I got big runs in that season, and then I made my debut in 2018, the year after that. So that gave me that opportunity, scoring big runs in Ranji Trophy, getting my average high and winning games for my state gave me that opportunity to go on and represent my country.
Talking about IPL, you made your debut in 2013 for SRH, and your first wicket was Chris Gale. You dismissed him for 1 run, and also you came back to batting and scored 46 not out.
Yeah.
We all know that you are a phenomenal batter, especially you play very long innings. But a surprise package of even picking up a wicket of Chris Gale, and he was a stardom player during that point of time in 2013. Something special feeling, I suppose.
Yeah, it is. When you are 18 or 19 years old, to get an opportunity to play in the IPL itself is a big boost, and then coming on to pick a wicket like Chris Gale, he was hitting bowlers for fun at that point of time. He was in peak form, and to get his wicket and score runs and get player of the match was quite a feeling at that point of time. But overall, if you ask me about my IPL journey, I think I've not fulfilled my potential. I thought even in white ball cricket I have a lot of potential which I didn't fulfill as of today. But maybe in the future, you never know, if I get an opportunity again, probably I'll do better in terms of playing T20 cricket.
Definitely, I'm keeping my fingers crossed, and I'm looking forward to seeing you coming back to IPL circuit. So going back again to the first class cricket, in 2017, you were tournament's highest scorer in Ranji Trophy. You scored 752 runs in that season. So it's again like being top scorer of the tournament in Ranji Trophy. It's a history, Yes, you made debut after that year in 2018, but having such a kind of accolades and coming to Indian squad is something phenomenal for any cricketer. It's a dream.
Yeah,
and it's a dream coming true, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely. Because to grind in first class cricket and then make a debut for India, you have to go through a lot of, like I said, grinding and a lot of struggles in first class cricket. It's not easy playing first class cricket. You have to travel, you have to play against different oppositions, and you don't have much gap in between the matches, and in a year you only play 8 matches. And if you win and go on to the knockouts, it's a different story. But if you don't, then you only get to play 7 or 8 games, and you have to make a mark in those 7 games. So it's not easy. But I've done that grind. I was able to score consistently in multiple seasons. So that's the reason why I got that opportunity to represent the country. But whatever journey I had, I think it's all written. You never plan your cricketing journey in such a way. It's all destiny is what I feel, and I'm really lucky to be one of them to represent the country.
So before making debut, you had a first class cricket average of 59.45, which was highest comparing with any other cricketers around the world. Steve Smith was second one, who had like about 57.27, and I think that would have been like again adding thing for your like a CV to get into the Indian squad, test squad.
Yeah, obviously I knew if you're playing from Hyderabad or Andhra, it's not easy to come into the test squad. You have to have something special under your belt. And I felt, when you make big scores, so you have to make sure that I make it count and score really big runs so that the selectors don't ignore. That's what I did. I improved my average. I improved the amount of runs I scored in a season. And people noticed me, recognized me, saying that he can play higher level cricket. And even when I got into India AS as well, I scored hundreds there, and then the opportunity came for me to play for the country.
In fact, my dad is also a huge fan of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so the point is like test debut you made in 2018 at London Oval.
Yeah.
So you scored 56 runs in your maiden 50 in debut match.
Yeah.
So how was the feeling in the dressing room? Say you have like players like Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma. So they're all like stalwarts of the Indian cricket team. So when you were there alongside them as a debutant, how was that feeling?
I'm always a kind of a guy, I don't express much, but at the same time I try to be within myself. I don't really get intimidated by someone's presence, but at the same time I feel really happy to be being part of such a dressing room. They've already achieved a lot of things. The names you said, Virat or Rohit, whoever it is, they've achieved a lot of things playing for the country. So to be part of them, it's a privilege. But intimidation part, I don't really get intimidated with whoever is in the room, because I tried to hold my own space and be within myself. It was a surreal feeling again to make my test debut and to get the cap from Virat Kohli. So it's a privilege representing the country.
We all know that you're a concrete batter, but we have seen in your debut of your IPL for SRH, you picked up a wicket of Chris Gayle. And again, you did the same thing in the test debut as well. You picked up of Alistair Cook, who was retiring from the test.
Yeah.
How was that feeling?
Maybe I think he would regret that a lot because his last test inning he was getting dismissed by me. But it's good to get couple of wickets in the test as well. My bowling is always underrated, but I felt I always could make a mark, and I did that. And like I said, every test match that I played had something in it. Especially the overseas tests. I played I think around 13 overseas tests out of 16. So it's really special when you play abroad and make a mark for the team.
And you made your debut ton. So you made your maiden ton at Jamaica, West Indies. And it's a dream for any cricketers and also for any people who wants to play cricket. And we all dream we want to just, pose with a century. And you did it in Jamaica. Jamaica was a place where even if you look at it in the late 70s, Indian team struggled to even play there against the formidable West Indies attack. And you stood there and you took the challenge and you did predominantly well. Then how was the feeling of that? How was that feeling?
Yeah, so like I said, I've played 13 test matches out of 16.
Exactly.
Out of the country. So I knew what I can achieve, and getting that 100 was a really special feeling. You dream about scoring 100 for your country, and I was able to achieve in a place where it is tough to bat. It's not easy against a West Indies bowling attack at their home, and we were struggling. Maybe we were, when I walked in, we were 90 for 4. I can't remember clearly, but I think we were 90 for 4. And from there to get a partnership with Virat and then Rishabh. So it was a nice feeling to get that 100. And I always knew I can score centuries in Test cricket. I had that belief. I knew red ball is my game because I was technically right and I could handle any bowling attack. But somewhere down the line, I feel I could have got more 100s for India. I didn't live up to my potential is what I feel, but you never know, maybe in the near future I make the comeback and get more 100s for India.
So we all fans, relate as far as middle order batting of India was concerned. Rahul Dravid and BBS Lakshman in late 90s and early 2000s, and Cheteshwar Pujara and Ajinkya Rahane in early 2010s to 2015 and 16. And it was next you who were there, in that standards, who set up the tone for India in middle order. So going to that too, most important thing we're all expecting to hear from you, Sydney Test in 2020. It's a New Year's Test, and India is all about to square the series. India already squared the series, and just one Test victory is required to win, I suppose, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I think we were 1-1 going to Sydney.
Yeah.
So if we lost the Test match, we would have been behind 2-1. But if we drew the Test match, we would have been...
Okay, India had a 1-1 series of the score, and it was Sydney Test, and you took up whole of the pressure of Indian batting, and you scored like about 23 runs out of 61 balls, and you had on other end R. Ashwin from Chennai, obviously. He also stood up along with you, so you made a huge partnership. So how was that all about?
I think going into the last day when we drew the Test match, we were going for the win at some point, but when Pujara got out and I got injured, Ashwin also was not fit, Jadeja also had a fractured thumb, so we knew we had to defend. I think we defended for 45 overs, but we didn't plan to defend for so long. We thought at some point maybe we will get out, but we'll just give it our best and try to stay there in the middle. We couldn't run, so me and Ashwin, I played an over and then he played an over. So it went on and on. By the time the last hour came, the last 15 overs, we somehow got the belief that maybe, we've done it for so long, why not for the next 15 overs? That's when the things, we thought, let's look at ball by ball and let's take it a little more deeper. And fortunately, we could stay till the end and manage a draw that which ended up into a series win in Gabba famous series win and a famous win in Gaba as well. So it was a fantastic series. A lot of injuries, a lot of players unavailable, and to able to achieve that series win itself showed a lot of character of the team.
So the partnership between you and Ashwin were like about 62 runs in 259 balls. So that was phenomenal. And you had in fact a hamstring tear. Yeah. So how did you cope with that kind of a pain, standing over there in the center and playing against Aussie bowlers like Mitchell Stark, Pat Cummins, and Hazelwood?
It's not easy, but at the same time, I knew that if I kept this pain aside and just think about the ball which is coming to me, then maybe I could achieve. I didn't think about achieving playing all the overs, but I thought I'll just not give my wicket easily. That's the only thing which was in my mind. So I just kept playing ball by ball and kept the pain aside, especially mentally. I was not thinking about the pain at all. So I had an injection I had a painkiller for the pain which I was going through, and when I was playing, I was just thinking, okay, I'll play this ball, then the next ball, then the next ball. It kept repeating until to sink in, it took a long time, what I was able to achieve. But I was really gutted that, I couldn't be part of the next test match, which we won, and it was an historic test match as well.
Although before this series, there was another series in Australia where India won. But again, this series of 2-1, India's victory, was something out of the box because, like you said, there were a lot of injuries and there were a lot of other concerns, unavailability of Virat Kohli in between. So I think this victory was completely a special one because I personally watched that final frontier of the Aussie one in 2001. This was equivalent or even far above that, I could say, because we had a very strong team, but pack of cards, how it crumbled down, that's how it happened for Team India. But you all stood up tall with all the psychological strength.
Yeah, I mean, that shows the character of the team and the bench strength as well. Some of the players, someone like Washington Sundar or Natarajan, they came in as net bowlers to Australia and ended up making their debut for the country. So we had so many injuries that they had to come in and play the test match at Gaba. So that shows the character of the team and the bench strength we have in the country. It's unbelievable going into Australia, playing them at their home, having players unavailable, and having so many injuries, and after that winning the test series. So it's a special test series. It will always be etched in the memory of every Indian cricketing fan. I'm sure years to come they'll always think about the test series in Australia, and I'm really happy and glad that I was part of the test series, which is really historic.
If you can able to say it in a line, how was your experience at playing in UK for Warwickshire?
I think it was a good experience, but somehow I felt I played only 3 games or 2 in April, May, so it was not ideal. But
rainy season.
Yeah, I mean it was quite cold and early on in the season. But after that, I didn't get an opportunity again to play county cricket. But maybe in the near future I will get an opportunity.
So you have so much of relationship with Chennai and Tamil Nadu. You have been playing in Division 1 cricket for so long, and you also were being picked up by Dindigul Dragons for one of the seasons, if I'm not wrong. And currently you're a mentor for Madurai Panthers.
Yeah.
So could you please elaborate about your relationship with Tamil Nadu or Chennai?
I've been playing first division cricket for last 8-9 years in Chennai, so I'm quite used to this place, and I love coming to Chennai and play first division league because it's quite competitive. It helped my game coming into the Ranji Trophy, growing as a Ranji Trophy player. So I'm always looking forward to playing in Chennai and getting that opportunity, and now in the TNPL to having that opportunity to mentor a side like Madurai. So I'm really happy. I'm always up for challenges. My cricketing journey is such that when the challenges are there, I'm really up for it, and it's another challenge in front of me. I'm sure I'll give my best to make Madurai TNPL champions this season.
Definitely, I believe about your skills and your potentials. So I heard one thing that you have guided Nitish Kumar Reddy while he is growing up as far as cricket is concerned. So how is he? Like we watched this IPL completely. Like he was a great potential and a good all-rounder. So what did you advise him?
I always figured he was a special talent because there were very few in India that could bowl medium pace and also bat really well. But he's improved year on year. He's got opportunity very early in his career as well. Only when he was 17, I think 17 or 18, when he made his first class debut. So I was the captain at that time, and I really thought he will be a special player, and is just starting his cricketing journey now. I feel it's the first step this IPL season, and I'm sure from here on he'll only go upwards. I feel he's a wonderful player. He's got good work ethics, good fielder. He's got all the factors and the abilities in him to make it a special player and to play for India for a long time.
So, like you said, you've been playing here in Chennai for long. Did you learn any Tamil words?
I can understand a bit of Tamil, but I can't really talk Tamil because I've never tried. But I can pick up some words. Yeah.
There were only few players as far as in Ranji Trophy or Indian domestic cricket were concerned. I could name just one player, Ampati Rayudu, who has played for both Andhra and Hyderabad. And next one I can say you. There was always an issue of NOC, which, you know, when you want to come out of either Andhra or Hyderabad. So what's the real thing? I've seen in the Twitter you posted like you waited for so long and you got it just before, like, you know, the government has changed.
Yeah.
And now that the government has come and they are supporting you, which is really good thing. But what's the real thing behind the scenes as far as Andhra cricket is concerned?
You know, one thing I'll tell about myself. See, if I can't take if something unfair happens. You know, whether it's for me or whether it's for my fellow teammate or anyone, you know, for that matter, if it's in my circle, I can't really accept that fact. And the way things unfolded last year after the first game, where I was, you know, forced to resign as a captain, which I didn't want to, because we won the first game. I shouted at a player, and that player complained to his father. His father in turn complained to secretary. That's a very small thing. So shouting at a player is not a reason to remove a player who's represented the country, who's done well for Andhra. In Andhra history, we've only qualified 9 times in the history of Andhra cricket. In the last 7 years, I made them qualify 6 times. So that shows the results are there for them to see. And for that, if you say that silly reason, they're asking me to resign, which didn't go down well with me. But still, I respected the game, I respected the team because I built that side. I respected the team and I played through, and I played as a player. We played the quarterfinal, we lost the quarterfinal, and then after the game, I wrote a big statement which said that I'll never play for Andhra again at the end. I thought about the same, and I asked for the NOC. For 2 months, I was waiting for the NOC. I sent multiple mails, but I didn't receive the NOC. But the day of the election result, they put the date just a day before and sent the NOC, which I found it funny because they just wanted to trouble me. They just wanted to play with me. That's okay. You know, that's the level of thinking they had. And but after that, I was really keen to moving to another state.
Hopefully Tamil Nadu.
But government, you know, they made a call and they wanted me to stay because
that's a great thing.
When we had trouble, when I put out the statement, you know, the opposition government, they supported me a lot.
மிக்க நன்றி சொல்றேன் உங்களோட worthy-ஆன டைம் எங்க கூட ஷேர் பண்ணதுக்கு.
Thank you.